find this button. Hang on. All right. I just realized I got the air conditioning going and I got my one window wide open. There. I got to change the filter on my CPAP machine again. All right. Good morning, everybody. We are back to. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to turn on the clandestine studio lighting. The intricate studio lighting. We are back to our normal time. We are back to our normal place. And the woman is back in the kitchen where she belongs. I'm only kidding. If I said that when she was sitting here, she'd backhand me. But, yeah, I got the go ahead yesterday so I could, wear my contact lenses again. I could drive. I still got to get the prescription looked at in my right eye. But, oh well. And trust me, you don't even want to know what's going on inside these buildings. I had a hell of a day yesterday. Let's just say we skipped some levels. But it's been a hell of a week, hasn't it? We lost Malcolm Jamal Warner to a tragic drowning. We lost Ozzy. And like I said, word is they wanted to take him somewhere, where he could pass on his own terms. I don't know. I've not read the full report on that. I don't know if that's how that went down. But given the fact that that man was in so much pain, I don't know. If I was in that position, where I was going to not only be in pain constantly, but couldn't even do the thing I love the most, I don't know. And of course, next up, yeah, thanks, you beat me to it, Hulk Hogan, along with everybody else. So many, that's the problem when you guys start to get older. You have to watch your heroes and legends die, and then you realize, no, they're not gods, but they still are legends. They did things that were larger than life and affected so many people. And like I said, I never went to I never went to any Ozzy Osbourne concerts. I never went to Ozfest. I never went to that, but I loved the man's music. There was a lot of his music I did listen to, and it's that little part of the world's gone now, And Hulk Hogan, between movies, one of the shittiest movies I ever went to see, but it was still funny, was, oh heck, Suburban Commando. We went and saw that at the theater. It was him, Chris Lloyd, and we still had a hell of a good time. No, it was never going to be an Emmy or Oscar nominated experience in any way, shape, or form. But that's back when, we didn't have social media. The curse of the ages. But, hard to believe it is Friday. And like I said, this has been a hell of a week at work for me. Bureaucratic bullshit. That's all I'm going to say until this is all resolved. And also, I tend not to say anything regarding my place of employ because of strict things in place and all that. But I can't, really harp on them too much because they paid the bills. But a lot of people are sitting here going, well, yeah, you notice they did a Duggadoo video from the console room setup? And of course, I shared that onto the Dr. Freedom page. I don't know when that was shot. I don't even know who's in it. I just glanced at it. But you notice how they're not showing the center of the console room because it's already gone? And the upper levels are gone. Wait a minute. No, Bruce Willis didn't pass too, did he? Because I know he's been in a bad way for a long time, but I believe he has, oh God, I'm going to probably screw this up. It was like, what, something with the frontal lobe dementia? He can't even remember he was a movie star or anything like that. But at least he's surrounded by his family. Well, yeah, well, like I said, sadly, this is a side effect of getting older. You have to let go of things. Like I said, I had stuff that had been sitting in my display cases for years, and finally I just said, you know what? I need room for new shit. And also, I'd lost a lot of pieces off a lot of that stuff when I moved, so it's like I already said, somebody goes, you have all these models up in your room that are still there at home from like 30, 40 years ago. And I'm like, throw them out. I'm sorry, but if I lived without them this long, I think I can live without them till I finally leave the planet. Okay, I was never that good at, doing detail work or anything like that anyway. It's not like any of them are going to be a classic loss. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and of course, I wanted to once again confirm. Because, as we all know, RTD said this, Danny Dyer is not the new doctor. People are still running around with like chickens with their heads cut off, screaming about that. And I'm like, who said he was? That's why I said it was nonsense. It was bullshit. Oh, yeah, I still have Ryoki. Like I said, I bought that little backpack, like, I don't know how many decades ago. Because I had a bunch of friends of mine who were into anime, hardcore, and all that. I don't know why I bought that thing. It wasn't that expensive. And I still have it. Oh, yeah, that's right. I never showed you my new acquisition. I keep forgetting to. Even though it's hard to miss the damn thing. I bought that big-ass Mothman stuffy while I was down there in West Virginia. And yeah, just like Hugh Laurie's never going to be the doctor, Get that out of your head. I can list a whole bunch of names that, I'd love to see as a doctor, but it's never going to happen. And I like that, I guess Jodie Whittaker's one night's going to something on Australia and all that. She can't act, but look at how many roles she's landed since Doctor Who. Compared to others. Uh, it's amazing how many people now I'm seeing online. The number of people who are saying the Doctor Who ended after Capaldi is starting to steadily go downward. And now there's people going back and watching and saying, damn, they love Jodie Whittaker. I've been noticing that lately. Well, I would have loved to have seen Chris Marshall play the Doctor. I really would have. But he just didn't want to, the guy had spent, months at a time filming Death in Paradise away from his family. And as much as that role would have brought him closer to his family and all that, it still takes a lot of time, Sure, it would have been a far shorter commute to get home, but still, it didn't happen. And I've been liking him in Beyond Paradise. I've been watching that series when it's on, and Yeah, Ryoko, Ryoki, Washu. I remember that whole gang. I can't remember the name of the other gal that used to argue with Ryoko all the time over Tenchi. I remember the Light Hawk Wings. But I haven't watched that series in years. So, yeah, it was like hotter than hell here, yes, but it's the global warming. Keep in mind, it's not like it's seasonal. Yeah, you gotta love it. Whenever the weather gets warm out, that's when the protesters come out. I'm like, where were you all winter? Where were you when it was raining? Where were you when it was... Ayaka, okay, I couldn't remember her name. It's been a long, long time since I watched that series. I just remember I used to have a WAV file, and I probably still have it, of her saying, "Ooh, you mean thing." I used to use that as an error message. Yeah, I had that set as a stop thing on my computer. Matter of fact, when I named the one region of space in my one story, Nilva Horwa LN Kagato, Kagato was on purpose. I was named after Kagato from Tenchi. I threw that in at the end because of Tenchi Moyo. But once again, yeah, we've lost, Ozzy, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner, we've lost, Hulk Hogan. And like I said, Hulk was more than just a wrestler. He did so many other things. Like I said, I enjoyed seeing him in movies and all that. Sure, his movies were not the greatest, such as Mr. Nanny, Suburban Commando, and a few others, but he's a character we all grew up with. He was a pretty actor, wrestler, you name it. Just like when we lost Roddy Piper, man. I was like, and I think Roddy was amazing in one of my favorite Carpenter movies. Well, I don't know a Carpenter movie I really don't like, and that was They Live. We definitely lost some legends this week, which is kind of always sad. I like that somebody is dating. Somebody goes, "I'm hanging out with Taylor Swift," and I'm like, "You want that baggage?" Talk about high maintenance. And then somebody else is going to be starring with, oh God, I'm going to say it, you're going to hate me, Anorexia Grande. I'm sorry. When I see Ariana Grande these days, I want to throw food at her. I'm sorry. She does. Oh yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, there was supposed to be a sequel. I don't know how many times now, and it always falls apart. Mainly because I think Carpenter ain't gonna let him screw with it. Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday's coming back soon, and yeah, yeah, sadly, I've started calling Ariana Grande Anorexia Bel Grande because she does not look healthy at all. She looks like a skeleton with muscles. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying the lady's not talented or anything like that. It's just she's the. I see her, I look, and I go. The word anorexia pops right into my head. I'm sorry. I'm beginning to wonder if she doesn't have some kind of eating disorder. I hope she gets treatment for that if she does. Because we've lost two people to that as well, such as Karen Carpenter and whatnot. And Yeah, Peacemaker coming up soon. Yeah, oh gosh, we've been waiting forever for Peacemaker. I'm not kidding. I want to throw a sandwich at her every time I see her come on the screen. I'm like, she's way too damn skinny. And that gal who played the Wicked Witch, oh my God, that somebody needs therapy. That's all I'm saying. Just from what I've seen of those two together in interviews and stuff, there's a different plane of reality happening there. That I'm well. I still can't believe Liam Neeson is dating I Screwed the 80s Pamela Anderson. Oh, but hey, if that's his thing. Well, anorexia is a mental health issue. Or bulimia, one. I'm not kidding. When I saw those two together in an interview, I'm like, we've skipped some levels. All right. Oh, well. But like I said, more power to them, you know. I don't like to hate on people anymore. There's no point in it. I really don't. But oh well. So once again, it could be worse. We had a good 20 years of the Doctor Return. Like I said, it could have been a lot worse. You could have wound up with something like Galactica 1980, which is what we fans got after Galactica went off the air and they tried to bring it back with that hunk of horseshit. So what can you do? Well, I got to get inside, folks. So, yeah, Priscilla Presley. Yeah, I felt sorry for her after all that bad plastic surgery. But oh well. Take care, everyone. I got to get inside. Please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll hopefully see you all again on Monday. If I hear anything over the weekend, of course, I will pop in on you. But I don't think we're going to be hearing anything for quite a while. So take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekends.